night about, I was suggesting to her that maybe she should write these certain shows and say, listen to this music, maybe you want to put it on your show, blah, blah, blah. And she got into explaining about the publishing and licensing and all that. And I was like, you know what? That's your job. Don't explain. I just
it's a whole different world. I honestly leave that to my manager a lot, my brother. But I just know my job is to make the songs as good as I can.
Right. And I told her my job is to make suggestions. She can take it from there.
Right.
I do not understand that side of it at all, and that's why she's the manager, and I just help her promote. So.
Right. Fair enough.
Now, in 2010, you released your EP, The Traveler, as a free download for through social media. That received over 10,000 downloads. You now have over 100,000 fans combined, including Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and YouTube. That's an accomplishment in itself. I mean, there's a lot of people that can't say that.
It's all about, trying to be like creative with the social media as you are with the music. So like we had the idea that if we gave it away for free, Twitter was just becoming really, really popular at the time, and we saw like I was getting like a lot of my fans were signing up on Twitter and they wanted to follow along and stuff like that. So we decided to do it in hopes that it would create like a chain reaction, and it did, and like all those downloads just from complete word of mouth or Twitter was pretty awesome at the time. So it was definitely a lot of that was contributed to just taking chances on new formats and stuff like that.
Well, you guys got your ducks all in a row, that's for sure, because you surely know what you're doing.
Well, we're going for it.
Yeah. And it's always good to give somebody, social media people, a little taste of your medicine as a free download, and then to just, go ahead and say, here, buy this, and they have no idea what you sound like.
Exactly. And, like, when you're still, like, starting out, like, you can afford to do that stuff because even if it completely misses, nobody will know. So we took the chance at the time that it would do well, and it did do well. But at the same time, had it not done, we wouldn't have been like, oh, my God, like, the career's over or whatever. It's not like that. You can afford to, especially as an independent musician, you can afford to take chances like that. Whereas if somebody who was like, a household name, world famous, did something like that, and it didn't work out, everybody, could talk about it or whatnot. So
exactly. That would be a good thing for them.
Yes.
Now, what I also wanted to know is how you ended up doing home concerts in over 40 homes across the U.S. and then a second time in over 65 homes. I've never heard of that before, and I absolutely love that idea.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, that was my idea after we got the feature on YouTube. Like I said, we got like all these emails, all these new fans, and I didn't have a booking agent at the time, but I wanted to play the shows. I didn't want to lose the fans. So I pretty much put out the word. I was like, look, if you can get together 20, 25 of your friends, family, whatever, I'll come play a show in your living room. And when I put the word out, I didn't think there would be like that much of a reaction, but we were able to get so much interest that we pretty much lined it up as a tour, like 40 shows cross-country, 60 shows cross-country. And basically I was able to get from house to house pretty much on a tank of gas. So it worked out pretty well. It was pretty cool.
Wow. I wish I would have known about that at that time because you definitely would have been at my house.
I might be doing it again this summer. I think we might be putting out, I don't know if I'm going to do it as extensively as I've done before, but I think I might do a few just to test out some new material that I've been recording in the studio and just to get back on the road because I've been recording a lot lately, and it's a good way to, if you don't want to go through the whole venue system, which could take months and months to book a legit venue tour, it's easy to do. It's just direct from me to the fans, so it's really easy to book and can be done fast. So I might be doing some this summer, so you never know.
Well, keep Chicago in mind. So
Sounds good.
I just could not imagine somebody coming to my house and doing a concert. I just can't. I mean, my gosh, that's awesome. I just love the idea so much. You have no idea.
I will definitely keep you posted if I'm doing it.
Yeah, I definitely will let my neighborhood know.
Sounds good.
Well, in 2011, you self-released another full-length album called Constant Motion. With that album, you had a 15-date tour opening for American Idol finalist Elliott-Yamin. How did you end up with him?
That at the time was just he was looking for somebody to go on the road that kind of had, you know, something going on in different cities, you know, and I had done the house concerts before, so I had a lot of fans that I could bring out. And I had a booking agent at the time who was friends with his booking agent, and they just paired us up. And because it was kind of last minute for him. He needed somebody that could draw decently well. So it came together last minute, really. I found out maybe a few weeks before the tour even began, and it was actually perfect timing because I just released the record, and I was looking to book a tour to get on the road as soon as I could. So it worked out really nice, and Elliott's a great guy. So.
Wow, you've been really, you know, getting lucky, or it's just fate with who you're ending up touring with, you know, because with them being a little bit bigger name than you are right now, although I think you're doing hugely successful on your own, you know, that helps get you more attention and more fans. Yeah,
well, the truth is like, you know, I think maybe right now where I'm at, it's like this interesting point where maybe, you know, I'm not at the point where I'm headlining like an elliott-yamin, but definitely, you know, we can draw pretty well on our own, and it's beneficial for someone like elliott-yamin maybe to have me on the tour, because together we can sell out rooms, you know, where maybe alone I couldn't or he couldn't. So it works to both our advantages. So yeah.
Exactly. Now that tour featured the song "Counting on You," and it garnered you a spot on the Adult Top 40 chart, and you were the only unsigned artist to be on it. I mean, that in itself is another accomplishment for you, to get recognition that way.
Yeah, that song ended up, you know, our fans were definitely the backbone of that. At the time, we had, our fan base had grown pretty well when I released that record. And through the tour with Elliott and whatnot, we were able to really push that song and get some radio stations on board. And it was pretty cool, you know, how well it did, considering there was no label really investing in it or whatnot. So it was nice to see that from what we had done on our own, that we can get that song some placements and get it some recognition. So.
Well, congratulations on that. I'd like to go ahead and play that song for our listeners right now, and then we can talk more about what else you have accomplished with that song.
All right. Sounds good.
Life goes, that we'll write a story we tell to our very own. So let's live, lost in the moment, taking it all in as we go. You know I'm counting on you now.
And that was Counting on You by Mikey Wax. And thank God for the mute button, because people don't want to hear me singing along with your songs.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
But I would imagine it's really a great feeling for you when you're at a concert and somebody, the fans are singing along with you.
It's funny because, like, as a musician, you could definitely go through, like, periods, like, there's a lot of ups and downs, and that makes it, like, total. That's what it is. It's like when you get to a show and you see people singing the words, you're like, everything else goes out the window. You're like, that's why I love doing this. It's just so much fun to have, people who just, fans who are just so supportive, really just, like, amazing. And they come to the shows and, like, want to hang out and sing, and, like, it makes it all worth it, so, for sure.
Now, do you take the time after a show to meet with your fans?
Always. That's like my favorite part.
Oh, good.
I love getting to know everybody. I love getting to know everybody, and because I think it's amazing because that they want to come and talk and get to know me, and I want to get to know them, because when I used to go to shows of my favorite artists, I would want the same. So that's awesome. I just appreciate that so much. So
yeah. There's a lot of them that don't do that, so it means a lot to us when you take the time to meet with us, too.
Yeah, because first and foremost, before I was ever doing music professionally, I grew up, just loving being a listener, being a fan, and, as I still am today, but, I used to just go to shows all the time, and, that would be such a thrill for me. So, if I could even give that back, the smallest percentage, that's amazing, so.
Right. And, well, thank you for that. That's definitely one of the biggest things that you can do for a fan. Now, Counting on You was featured on Fox's hit TV series So You Think You Can Dance on July 25th, and that same night, your song You Tell Me When was featured on MTV's Real World. And then Counting on You was placed in the movie trailer Playing for Keeps with Gerard Butler and Jessica Biel. I can't imagine how good that has to make you feel. Now, did you get to hear those songs? Did you know about that ahead of time?
I knew about one of them only, actually. Yeah, I knew about this. I knew about the So You Think You Can Dance one because that was a really big deal when we knew that the song was being considered. And then I remember we were at the Mets game, New York Mets game, for my dad's birthday when we got the call saying that they were going to use it, and it just the Mets lost, but it didn't really matter. So we knew that they were going to use the song, and then for the movie preview, I had gotten a call from the company that they were thinking about using it, and they want to know obviously all the legal aspects and whatnot, and they said they would let me know. But apparently the day that they chose to use it, the lady who was in charge of keeping me contacted, I had already signed away saying that they had the right to use it if they wanted to. So they didn't necessarily have to contact me, but the lady she was a really sweet lady, she just happened to be sick that day. So I never got contacted that they were going to use it in the movie preview. So I'm sitting on the couch. I was in Los Angeles working on some music, and I'm watching the show Nashville, and out of nowhere the movie preview comes on with my song, and I was just like, what? I was like, well, I guess they used it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, do you call everybody up and say, hey, they used it in a movie trailer? That's another thing that's unreal.
People are on it. My phone started, once again, I started getting text messages from all my friends. So